It was a little bit cloudy when I was leaving the city at sunrise, but I was hoping it would clear off so I could see if there might be snow on the mountains. It was certainly cold enough. Here at this beaver pond on 3 Point Creek, the temperature was right around freezing. The sunshine made it look warm, but there was frost on these three-flowered avens, and it was cold enough that I could see my breath. So could this valley. There was a thin blue mist hanging around down there. And off to the west, yeah, there absolutely was fresh snow up in the mountains. But, other than the chill, it was a pretty nice foothills morning. And it's always a good day when you see one of these guys. That's a great gray owl. He'd just eaten a vole and got a piece of grass stuck in his throat. Down the road, another one. This guy was on the hunt and kind of not paying attention to either me or the other photographer that was right close by. They are very focused when they're hungry. Clouds had moved in by the time I got up to the Sheep River country, but the birds were in full morning song. That's a white-crowned sparrow. This little guy, that's a siskin. There were hundreds and hundreds of them around, flocks of them everywhere. I caught these two Columbia ground squirrels in mid-dig. They both just sat there and waited till I moved on. The strawberries are all in bloom, and the dandelions, well, are finishing their first round. And of course, calypso orchids. I just can't pass up an opportunity to photograph these little things. They're just so pretty. Snow is starting to melt up in the mountains, but so far it hasn't raised the levels of the Sheep River. It's still running fast and clear. And a few of the Saskatoons are still blooming up there too. These guys are tiny asters, like really tiny. That's my fingertip. On a warmer morning, they probably would have been in full bloom. But it was cold, and over here by Sheep River Falls, this happened. Yes, I thought it might snow, and it did. Snow pellets, at least. Fortunately, it didn't last too long. But it certainly left behind a cold chill in the air. I bet these tiny asters would have liked things to be just a little bit warmer. The ferns on the underside of the falls escarpment, they didn't care. They live in a microclimate that's always kind of chilly and damp. With the falls right close by, it's never dry either. Within 5 minutes of the storm passing, it was bright and sunny again. So I stopped to photograph these horsetails by a spring seep next to the river, and then headed for the aspen forest along the slopes of Gorge Creek. I was hoping I might see a bear, but nope, no luck there. Plenty of birds singing though. But after that brief snow squall, the day never did warm up. I think the warmest I saw on the truck's thermometer was right around 7 degrees. Yeah, that's a little bit chilly for June. But this is southern Alberta, and from the looks of those clouds, you never know. It just might snow.